Unim. Same way here, further and better particulars. Because a brand meeting, also or can case by case. In the issue of Techiman, a 1 year baby amakuma wapa.
Okay.
Because you who video osre near bunkutuje.
Oh.
Two nipum.
Obese all timing.
But report on a say. In Nipan ye see dada. Don't forget. Ye nya dance ye bia ese tua sumasi any cool or benten.
Yeah.
Enti the committee ne recommend ne say yentua compensation. The etosu biem. Osha committee ne report wa. In the case of Awutu Senya, yes, say group of people be I refuse to talk to you. Wamo say omon kasa. Di omu nim ete se mumu aso da ene sebe edantim.
Obi se mumu so da ya se dantim ansa na beba bontin yo wiska.
So say na investigation itie dia say ka justice meet me ayebi. Maybe you're expert in security. And mean you're security and intelligence. Into minimum investigation here. But scene ba and our crime scene ba nema koho na meme justice wa hai me drew Techiman and I Awutu Senya na me se me ni obi ikodim komo nya across menkasa na no ana se maba se okay boni akoso ntia ne aban tua compensation say dia yes na committee no omo amoman no eno na metimi akasi so dia say in investigation tie dia everything say ododo issue
yeah.
Bra udru hwa ye bon krofo din o. Yes, of course. Emrane say you must prove beyond reasonable doubt because we a criminal case. Men fan say a case involving with murder. But bako yes security na mo ho no mo an coordinating yi. Anam so amobi ewu. Committee na ntimi a recommend say ne pani we ne ye de na to ano. Enti beye kra ni position no yenye yente so ana in the next 10 years yen promote no committee na ntimi anka bibia asa eno ane aban tua compensation menko ade ha me menko a ha me de ope no ode tinifie me no afre me no mabetena me se me de ha me. When I was reading the report from the Minister of Interior, Sojani Ajiatum Nasemu a can say no be disarmo ne colleague into no shootu ni kuno. I don't see any home. Sojani no committee no according to our report no and kase yen fan mfa kwan bia so. Yes, say abayintua compensation.
Na just to say, Techiman South to the enzo toy. Because and then minister can also rain hindered evidence recovery.
In fact,
in so toy. Okay.
In so toy.
In 2020 election.
In so toy. But to me, and also what they were. Because me ya yen hui. I will be a bunko to be too funny. Enti afen ye kodi tuo no to ye na chi akofa boba asa akohwe se hwan tuo no ena ye ni tua se 2024 na o mampani eti ekuo so o mo nhwehwe sa violent di mu no na ya to aba awie amana di be mfie 9 eni akiri enti sa abre no committee no mu nimpa so o mo nkoto aboba committee na yete omo no mu nim so omo nkoto aboba enti aboba a wo kwohwehwe e de akohwe de otutu no enti sojafoɔ ne policefoɔ na esoma mo ho no yankan aboba na ma omo duru ho na na omo sesa bi hye omo botom na omo koe na hwan ne bae no wato ne de ne hwan de ne na aka eno nso omo account to yen bra nkrani o se bia ni water
bia onta
enti you and I were not there. Enti de ye de abreye no ye beji anom na ya tena ase ne yenko yanim misifiri mekam eba ha ansa na o conclude minim se oka oboase incident ne kan ho a bra what 2024 oboase incident na sojafo ne call ho na omo ne omo kokon ye no because minua wonim say
because cases are measure our constituency in there me who oboase you
na eno so ye 2024 sojafo call ho ma me kai pa say ye ka say sojafo nko polling center ma sojafo call sa boy na omo ne praise no minua eno ne ba out de no o twa video sa video na mu hu no sojafo call ne so kobro na brante na kadem and nobody is talking about that. Make 2024 sa video na mu hu ye na communication officer na no ne omo press no no ne abrantie bi ne nam eno de ne phone ma na say gini twa me because ne soldier di ba ku video eno sojafo ne so onya video no etimo hwe ya at a point na yi na nimu hihim say omo koje no omo bo abrantie no besi ne waka dem. I didn't hear that. Mr. Remo, we can't do this to ourselves. Me dear, abrantie ya make na say me ba kosra the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I see.
O se dear ye ne ya ne say penny bia kran fa phone and friend.
Oh.
Or a party member.
Party member pa. Dear mu hu ni video no a communication officer. Inti party ni anwo ne nam asem making. But unfortunately, report no eno kran kan. But you say omonko investigate election violence. And I say a violent resulted to the death of somebody.
But just maybe say why should election security officers so much mask?
Who be me?
Yeah, but why was worse for me?
Who be me?
Omo yes saying they must be punished.
Who be me?
Say daily with omo pass.
I know the committee and recommendation they say you implement it.
Yes.
Now implementation, you know. And also need a committee report to be implement a committee in a report on the publish it. We don't need it. We don't need it. Bra. Media. You too for you too shabre. You do be a juma ashenensa. You expect so be a be the juma said yes. Ye dia ye ne say you hu baby a chia ne yaka. Se avenue wo ho me metimi akọ report akire obi se oha no to sin a me mekọ ho akoka ba baby a minni akwanya bia no mo ha mo frɛ me betena ha meka no enti omo ye kasa wi a ene ade no mfrɛ mpanifo no me frɛ no fa ya meka me send the message no read a meka by the minni no ye nyina ye collective good no ye ma ba akofo nsɛe no enti no de eba ne sa meka
madam for be there about say you trust Muntaka at the peril of your life.
Eno ye ono asem me nim sa abrofo no e ma nka
Enti reasons
ono ni reasons no waka no
when Muntaka
enti da obe frɛ no no aba be kasa no de be che me de na me nim wo mi tirim sa abrofo no mateda trust me nim any peril na o kan nso me nim and at your own nso me nim se e kan bomu a e kasem ma nka no media minim na me ka no da obefre no so betra nka ne de aha e na me nso me nka se na asem no o ka ne nse so o ka o che ono so o kire na adwen yes enti me nso madwen na me kire
they said the gladiator me from
enti asem we de men twetwe ne kwaku tire ne abasa ne esre yemfansi ha na minya further and better particulars actually you better ankomo so
Abia, 2020-2024 election violence. Any dear caucus and interior minister Muntaka.
Miracle me tie interior minister kakra. Me tie ne nwie. Enti me address issue based on the metie. Miracle me tie ase ye ko elect ye leaders a na ko nkontima na sebi ye twitu ni ye agyan. Because election is just about say ye agyan. Say me pe A, me pe A, me pe B, me pe C. Enti election is just supposed to be say yeah exercise your right to be able to choose our leaders. And I believe say yeah no, that is what we should be doing. Na yam fa violence in chain. Now so koba say violence no free amount for some boy ho ban ho a na akoya ade bi a sebe hwehwe aso kakra. See ye fa election violence a the American say during MPP time a more brutal. Yehu issue about several by-election violence. Yenim about Kwitia, yenim about Yawaso West Wogon, yenim about other areas quite recently crying who be Ablekuma North. But Ubi Samia, what I was saying is MPP time, election violence now near dinye pa. My share issues about Yawaso West Wogon. For the first time who soldier for and our police for Oma share brown mo share max. Na me who be that if follow elections. Say police ni aba wa share brown wa share max akata nanim. Enti some of us were believing say no munye police for until say DSP Azugubeka say omuye police for. At that time I think Brian Champon was security minister also. Obeka say yes, ono ma orders no. Miracle, you can't brutalities among for a prepra because of by-elections. Yenya one young man bia na also a footballer. Sebi to born in Nemua be sidne onto me nante ye. Inti be sabi ho say me kotwa ba ba fie. Me kotre ma bian be fie. Na mako pra bia sebi me ntumi nya me naso biem. Inti ye ko enimi de I think say election violence should be ending. For 2020 general elections, Miracle can be, na me wo ho. Odo call police quarters. Ablekuma Central hanumi ya. One young man na enim no. Ye di tuo ebo ni yem. Emma sebe, they free oba any de. Enim so a. And the thing is that amount for mu yes and yeti bebre. Report in the mentia say etuo na ebo nua bema no we na tutuo no ya investigation hu say owo hanum say ye kwache no because you see your investigations investigation should always come out with what conclusion me hu say investigation aye no the conclusion ni because me did say the interior minister and the government in general led by John Dramani Mahama hwe say after this investigations no omo asebe omo di abonefo sem say no will give punishment to them. Now omo deserve compensation so omo saka. Say ye hu ne say omo edi bone no. So etimamuni o, so ye police ni, soje ni o, ye twe na so mo bia hu say me call election as soje ni a. Say be me nkonko botuo enko probi. Me ye ne sa I'll get my punishment e be prevent it. By akoba ne say report na e ba bonten no. The yehu an say ye ma compensation. Ye hwe say obi epra, ye hwe mana ba back to ne normal life biem. Obi nso ewu a ye hwe say be ne man na yire ne be hwe omo a. Na say the investigation e hwe so kakra. The second thing so ne say yehu issue about for example double. Menim say unim.
Yeah, double.
Young man now turn phones for I think tiptoe lane or circle. Is the investigation telling us this particular young man no ye arrest no a prosecuted na because I hear say sabi ye be say election be kosu bia no we be di abonefo sem na owie a no asan ba back say yama obi compensation to no be koso di bone sa e ba na sa mreku emwa kra the mesa kan so ne say this particular investigations no ayaye no e was see who say the report of the investigation will be made public. Press conference number. Me did say press conference there at least about 2 hours, 1 hour there. Yeah, who full details now. We should be able to have the full details in the public domain. Now say this report abano ye 200 amount. Meku, I think say omwa I was see a punish no. The AG must take steps in ensuring omwa edi boni say no the punishment will be meted out to them. Na ebusuafo a sebe omomba wu obi kunu ewu no we must be able to give them adequate compensation. Mampenyi can be say the compensation no so obi ewu a nimpa na mba back to life again. But pain e wo ho no it will lessen it a bit. The answer say going forward, election is about what? Sharing ideas. And yet, now, yen a clear plan. Me and Justice Kirby. Election there, almost you a police for, a soldier for, immigration for, custom, fire for, are only coming in to augment the police service. And there is no business in having, for example, a military man going to polling station. I was here, I say, abaya to biano a policy for any election management body who say they are in charge. Esan say in the previous government, a man for said and same way. Omu use police for any soldier for as subverting the will of the people. Enti a man for who say okay, say man protecting me ballot box, man protecting me voter. Sebe police in Ibia, sebe on your right police person. Wakwaje bribe bi bet me ba asubvert will. Enti ye two timemufo ne fono. The police must also be advised. So about was at least we know that you may have a political party, but you must not be partisan. Esan say the man before ban say when police in Ibia it was also neutral. Now when they say or supporting opponent for them to win the election la. Ubefu. Enti the police must be educated. And they must be educated very, very well. And in going forward, the people must be seriously conscientized. For example, you have NCCE. They have a role who play in educating the voters. As for NCCE, are they resource enough to be able to discharge their duties? We shouldn't leave out this element. The Electoral Commission. Electoral Commission, is supposed to be neutral. But what do we see? Over the years, and some sometimes they are compromised. Enti obi a wako abatuomu, emu say the referee in the elections, he or she is tilting towards one direction. One year it can bring violence. And we must not only blame the violence on the police, the violence on the military, but the violence also can erupt from the election management body. The current EC say they were not in the middle. The EC led by Jim Mensah and Bosman Asari. Oman say they were neutral. Oman say they were in the middle. Oman say abana ya kono. Ombe ne French mobile winning. And for example, and this year call demonstration. Ni say the voter register no, it was compromised. There must be cleaning. Ye isi kan ye. Entinka party na nye vigilant. Anhwe se aba ye kono. Ebe bie ye ni. Ni ahwe se ye tuma John Mahama that vote will counter. And can there be violence? And in looking at how violence can be stopped, near preventive violence going forward, 2028, 2032, no, it was all the stakeholders involved in elections, all about together. Near say the neutral bodies must be neutral. And the police, the soldiers must also ensure say they will discharge their duties professionally. Ebanasa will have the peace we want in elections going forward.
Mati minua apia Justice Mensah about so be say ama odi mawie be sima emmiensa na se enan na AG wa drop charges against the general manager akonta mine say no oba be witness against ono ankasa the boss. Management of National Lottery Authority NLA for say oh ho no bi ta frefro send messages Facebook WhatsApp